This is At Home with Marcus Ericsson. My Formula One years was definitely a dream come true. I worked sort of all my career towards becoming a Formula One driver, and it was definitely a big thing for me and for my country to become a Formula One driver. My stint in F1 though was very tough. Formula One is a lot about what car you're in, and for me being in a smaller team was definitely tough to sort of get the results I felt like I could do. It was always very limited with the cars I were in. So that was, it was super cool. I'm very thankful, and I wouldn't do it any other way. But it was definitely tough towards the end of my F1 career with not getting the results. The transition to IndyCar was definitely not easy. Formula One and IndyCar is two very different type of cars. Power steering, just the way the car behaves was very different. The tracks here in the US are very different. Oval racing is something that I'd never experienced before, so it definitely took a good year and a half before I sort of got the hang of it. But I really enjoyed it from the get-go. I think the first thing I said to my management when I knew I was not going to continue in F1 was, we need to go to America, we need to go IndyCar racing. So it was always my dream to do that, and I'm very happy I did that. Coming to IndyCar, the 500 is obviously the big one. It's the big race, it's our Super Bowl, it's what we work all year round to be as good as possible at. And for me, becoming an Indy 500 champion was definitely a dream come true. It was all the sacrifice, all the time, all the work you've put in your career sort of makes it worth it when you win the biggest race in the world. So people always told me it's a life-changing thing to win the 500, and it truly is. I can always call myself a 500 champion, and that's something I'm extremely proud of. I was so close to defend that title as well in 2023. I've had some really good success. This past year I had to experience also the lows of the place, where I crashed in practice and crashed in the race, and it was just a really tough month of May. Yeah, I think qualifying weekend this year was just so extreme in so many ways. We were really trying really hard. The team was putting in so much effort to get us into that race, and then I did that mistake with the counting of the laps and put us in a really bad spot. And to sit there and wait and just sort of know you have one more shot at it was one of the toughest mental challenges I've ever experienced in my career. And I really had to dig deep and get the best out of myself to really be able to pull through and get myself to the race. So that was a very unique experience. But again, I think those kind of experiences, if you come through it on the other side, it really makes you stronger as a driver and a person, and that's how I like to see it. Growing up in Sweden, obviously Formula One was big there with the European sort of focus. But for me, I have very strong memories of watching a lot of IndyCar racing growing up. Especially because Kenny Brack was racing and he was very popular in Sweden. It's super cool that me and Kenny are the two Swedish champions so far for the Indy 500. I got the chance to work with Kenny for many years in my younger career, so it's cool to have achieved the same ultimate goal as he did in his career. It's been amazing for me, the support I've got from my country. I think ever since I became a Formula One driver, I got a very big following. They were supporting me out on the F1 tracks and from home. And then coming to the US, I wasn't really sure if that was gonna follow me here, or if people were just focused on the Formula One side of things. But I've been super impressed with the support I've got coming here to IndyCar racing. It's been a lot of Swedes flying over and watching races here. The support I've got coming here to IndyCar racing. It's been a lot of Swedes flying over and watching races here. But also, I know a lot of people watch it on TV and follow it on social media and so on. So, got a great support system. I'm very proud to represent my country here. And I'm also very proud to be among some other Swedes with Felix and Linus in the series as well. I think that's super cool from a small country that we are in Sweden to have 3 drivers here. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, so ever since I can remember, I've had my race helmets with the 3 Swedish crowns on it somewhere. And the reason for that is that it's a national emblem of Sweden. It's very connected to the national ice hockey team, and I'm a big ice hockey fan. So on the national ice hockey team, on their jerseys, they always have the 3 crowns on the chest. And yeah, I started having it on my helmet and I've had it for, 15 plus years. So So it's just a way of me showing support to Sweden, and yeah, it's become a thing for me. So I'm very proud to wear the 3 crowns on my race helmet. I think moving to Indianapolis has it's been pretty easy, to be honest. It's a pretty easy place to live, and being here now, this is my 6th year, and been living downtown, north side, mixing it up a bit. But yeah, I really enjoy it. It's an easy place to live. Everything is very convenient, and obviously it's the racing capital of the world. It's where IndyCar is the home of IndyCar and the place you want to be.
Give us your top 3 favorite Indiana activities.
All right, so my top 3 in Indianapolis would be 1, which is obvious, is to go and see the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, go to the museum there that's getting updated. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna end up. But yeah, just go and see the place. It's just something about it that's just magical. That's always a highlight. Number 2 is the Monon. It's a trail where it goes through from downtown all the way up to Sheridan on the north, very north side. And I spend a lot of time on that, running, walking, cycling. It's just really a cool thing for the whole Indianapolis community, and I always enjoy the Monon. And number 3 would be lunch or brunch at Café Parachute. It's my go-to for lunch and brunch. Always, they have a few different locations, but always a good time and good food.